What is up, people? It's your boy here, Triple S Storm, and this video has been requested for quite some time now, but I've never gotten around to it, so I apologize to the people who've been waiting for this video. However, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be giving you guys examples of how you guys can do this, and please note that Triple S Storm, that being me, and Ubitubical TV is responsible in no way for whatever harm is done to your Nintendo 3DS system after following these instructions. If you don't know how to do it, I'd recommend that you give it to a professional who knows exactly what they're doing. But if you have basic knowledge of soldering and electronics, or you do electrical in school, then you pretty much are okay here. So this is just a demonstration, to be precise, until I acquire a new 3DS, and I said the word acquire because I'm not sure I'm going to be buying another 3DS anytime soon. 3DSs are pretty expensive over here, and I really don't think I'm going to buy another 3DS soon. So if I get one, or I'm given one or loaned one or whatever, I acquire a new one over the course of time, I might do another video. So we're already 1 minute and 25 seconds in, so let us start this video. So after opening your Nintendo 3DS, you will be meted with pretty much the standard charging port, which will look something similar to what this looks like. So this is similar. You're gonna see something similar to this. Let's get some focus on that. Come on, focus. There we go. Alright, so these will be labeled. I'm not sure they're labeled with the accurate numbers, but they will be labeled with numbers. But the ones that are at this end of the charger port will be the ones that you will need to focus on mostly. And you will need a few materials for this, and I'll go through them as we go through the video. I'd recommend you watch this video more than once, just to be sure that you can get all the materials first and then proceed with the video. So first thing you're gonna need to remove this is, if you have solder remover, you can pretty much just start soldering the sides and start removing the solder. There will be solder on these four parts. Let me see if I can use a pencil. There will be solder here, there will be solder here, and the other two sides as well. So you'll remove the solders there, and then remove the solders from both of these ends as well. You would then remove the old Nintendo 3DS stock one from it. You will be left with something looking similar to this. Now, this is where things get a bit tricky, because when you're replacing the charging port, you need to get a charging port that can fit in there. You don't need the whole charger circuit. You only need basically the front part, which will be plugged into, and the back part, which will have the connectors that you will need. So when you get the replacement, which will be your USB 2.0 or 3.0 or USB mini, whichever one you want, you will then add it to the circuit board. You might not have to add it this way. You can add it this way, and if you use any form of micro wires, like say the ones that are on speakers, you can use those to actually transfer the current from one end to the other. But you guys have to remember that you have to remove the varnish from it if you guys are going that way, or you're just going to be using really small wires. Now, when you attach this to the 3DS's circuit board, here are a few things that you need to remember. One, you need to remember that if you do have the pins that go on these sides, which will be, I have them marked 1, 2, 3, and 6, you will need to solder them back on. If you haven't soldered them on back, it will be very unstable, and it'll pretty much cause the game to, whenever you plug stuff in, it's gonna break, like a lot of capture card jobs that I see people do nowadays, right? Now, on this end, you will need to find where positive and negatives are on the charger, and the minute you find that, it'll be pretty easier to find them on the Nintendo 3DS. Also, the negative and the ground, you would like to ground them out as well, which is another reason why you should solder it on. Sorry, I was drifting a bit to one side. That's another reason why you should solder them on. So once you found those, you will solder them back to the board, which will be to 4 and 5. And when you solder them back on, you can test it. and then when you plug this in, you should get the orange light at the front of your Nintendo 3DS showing that it is charging. Now, once you have done that, here is where the another step comes in. You might have to alter your Nintendo 3DS's shell to accommodate this new custom job that you have made. Now, if you have to shave it, you can use a razor and lightly chip away, or sandpaper and lightly chip away at the areas that are a bit too buffed, or you can kind of chisel your way through it. If not, and it's fine, then what you will need to do is you'll need to get some sort of a brace to brace on this end and to the end of 3DS, and then you're gonna have to glue it in, screw it down to make sure that it's tight. So the soldering will help to hold it, as well as the glue, as well as you pretty much bracing it. So once that is done, you have successfully replaced the charging port of your Nintendo 3DS, and you've pretty much gotten custom 3DS. So thank you guys for watching, and I apologize again that I do not have a working 3DS to actually show you guys how to do it. Maybe in the future, as I said, if I acquire a new 3DS, I'll be able to do one for you. So please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you guys can be notified every single time I drop a video like this or any other content that the channel brings forward. And if you have any questions at all in regards to this Nintendo 3DS mod or for the previous video, please don't hesitate to write them down in the comments or contact me on social media. You guys know once you reach out to me on social media, I will respond. So thank you guys so much, and this is Triple S Storm, guys. Catch you guys in another video. And again, be safe, be responsible, and if you can't do it, see if you can get someone else to do it. You guys take care.